Hey, super friends, how are ya? Welcome to Tim's Vaping Lounge. I'm Tim. Let me get my... There we are. Sorry, I was shopping for a camera. You can see why. That thing's a pile of shit. So, I hope you've all been well. We're gonna cover some ground today. Some things that I enjoy, some things that I'm passionate about, and hopefully some things that you're interested in. And based on the title of the video, you probably are. That's fine. That is okay. I'm sorry to keep looking at this, but it's my computer, it's my notes, it's the show control center. Got a stopwatch running because this camera will only record 10 minutes at a time, which makes this all kinds of fun with my extreme displeasure and distaste for editing. So you'd think I'd be a little less long-winded. Not a chance. Not a chance. I can only be me, just like you can only be you. So let's get into it. Before we get into it, actually, as you can see, I've not changed clothes. It is indeed the same day. It is only moments after I've recorded the introductory video. I got up to stop the camera. It shut off on the way. I was quite happy with that. I nailed the amount of time. Turns out the stopwatch works. And then I had to go help my youngest child find his way back into bed to stop pestering mommy because she's got to work in the morning. So, now that we're done with that, let's talk about organization. That's what we're talking about today. I want to know, how do you organize your stuff? Let me know down below. There is a comment section. I encourage you to use it. I might even read it. Just kidding. I will read them. I will curse every time my phone goes off because I have an email, because I always forget to go in and change the settings for that shit. Whatever. Small price to pay. I like to hopefully provide a helpful service. So I want to cover a few different types of organization and storage and the safety involved with that. So what do you use? Do you use totes? When the wife and I first started, we used, well, this tote actually. It's now my little vapor towel and dead coil storage that sits in at my desk normally. And we kept our juices in there, our tanks, chargers, stuff like that. We kept it up on that top shelf up there to keep prying little fingers out of it. As smart as my kids are, they have not mastered the art of stacking things to stand on like you'd see in some weird Central European forklift safety video. So we had a tote for a while. It worked well until I got too much shit and I got sick of walking out here. I had a better idea. I still haven't realized it, but I have gotten close. Are you a shelf guy? Are you able, is your domicile set up in such a way that perhaps you don't have kids or you don't have pets and you don't have to worry about them getting into it? And you know, we're vapors. We're proud that we stopped smoking. We want to tell the world about it. So maybe you have a display set up. I've screwing up my show already. This is supposed to be a later point. I made this shitty little stand. I just took a plank, cut it down, drilled some holes in it. Now, these aren't drilled into anything. I don't have a drill bit big enough. I don't care. It works. It sits on a desk. It's fine. Shelves are nice. I would love to have some of those sweet-ass shelves you can buy from places. J-Wraps has a couple of nice storage organizer things. Todd from e-cig reviews and one of the other UK reviewers has a sweet, sweet machined aluminum swoopy Addy stand. Is beautiful. I would kill for one of those. But I am what I am. I live simply and within my means, so a piece of repurposed wood it is. Which does bring me back to DIY. Had I tried to do that, I couldn't. You know, I built myself an Addy stand for when I'm rebuilding things, because I keep forgetting to go to the hardware store and buy something with the right metric threading, so that I can actually just like put a hurricane nut into a disc of wood and have myself one of those like donut stands that you see dudes having. But this works okay. Nothing bolts to it, so it can be a little fiddly. You can't do a whole hell of a lot there, but it does hold it, which is fine. That is a problem with it, which is why I picked a 9/16 socket, because once in a while if I'm dealing with something heavy, it just gives it a bit more stability. And this 9/16 socket is nice, because if I'm rebuilding my Earl Konigan and I'm leaving the juice in the tank, I just set it on there like that. I have no idea if you're going to get that from the potato quality footage we have here. I figure we're around 7 minutes. So one of the things, because I do have kids, I need to keep them out of my shit. What I ended up doing, I had a gift card. I received a gift card for Gander Mountain. I am not much of an outdoorsman. And I wandered and wandered and wandered and was looking for things I could repurpose for vaping and came upon the gun cases. This is an SKB. Yes, my sticker's upside down because I'm dumb. But what I loved about this, I can lock this here and here. Now, this isn't some Blues Brothers shit. There isn't a harmonica in here. I don't have to handcuff it to me. But the latches are fairly difficult to get off, and I like what it does. So, I'm getting my head around this. I have my charger and its wall wart here. There is a vapor towel and a bunch of juice under it. Don't mind me. So I keep juices in here, coils and beauty rings and whatever I throw in here, really. And like I said, when they get older and they can open this, I'll throw on the padlock that I've gotten basic training on it. Yes, I still have it. See, nice latches. That is that. How do you keep your kids and your pets out of your shit? Let me know in the comments. I am genuinely curious. Somebody has got a better idea than me, because most of the time I'm an idiot. I realized what I'm doing. The BBC Clarkson kind of thing, with American talk show host. Sorry. Realizations happen at the strangest time. Another thing, do you have a build box? I guess a lot of people use an Altoids tin. I mostly sit at my desk, but I also like to keep my kids out of my shit. I just use this crafting tote dealie. I'm going to go ahead and stop this and then restart it. I will see you in a moment. That's going to get old very fast. So I have this little tote. My wife crafts a lot. She does needlepoint. Not much, actually. She doesn't needlepoint much anymore. But she does that. She's big into scrapbooking and other ways of organizing nostalgia. The more I vape this juice, the more I like it. It's Charlie Noble's Commodore Perry. I bought it as a replacement for Paramore out of the Artist Collection by Enjoy, because frankly that shit's expensive. And I discovered I like pear juices. But this is my build box. You know, I've got a bunch of blue drivers in here. Do not go to sleep. A spare Ziploc bag, just in case I'm tearing something nasty apart. Blunt tip syringe, which is way more handy than I thought it would be. Some Koga pads, and I have larger wick storage in my file cabinet, but in here I keep a bit of boiled yarn. The Koga pads I've peeled, prepped, and cut up into the sizes I need. Some rayon, some cotton balls, boiled. More blue drivers, Q-tip. I have some twisted 30 gauge in here, a couple of sockets. I use sockets. Let me tell you a story about the socket blues. Okay, I don't have a Kanger head in here. The easiest way to take apart a Kanger head is a drill bit and a socket and a Leatherman or a hammer. My Leatherman's on my desk because I'm an idiot. I usually have it with me. But you put your socket in there, chimney side down. You already have the guts of it out, so your positive pin's out, your insulator's out, your coils are out. You put a drill bit in there. I don't know if this one's big enough, but this looks like it's maybe a 7/64. You'd think it would be written on here somewhere. You put that down in there, give it a whack, falls right out, down into the bottom. Give it a good shake, or just put your drill bit in from the other side, and boom, your coil is apart, ready for you to do what you want with it. That'll be a separate video down the line. But in here I have my coiling jig, 2mm, 3mm rods, the C-clamp that fixes it to a surface. That's pretty important. Spare set of batteries, a cracked PMMA tank for an Aqua V2 clone, a non-cracked PMMA tank for an Aqua V2, part of the Aqua V2 to run in dripper mode. Still has juice in it. I'll wash that later. The juice control ring for the Earl Konigan. I don't use it. You know, scissors, wire, you know, your typical stuff. Micro screwdrivers, nail clippers, Q-tips in here. That's about it. Oh, and you know, needle nose and 3 different sets of tweezers. My wife's letting me borrow these. These are nice, really pointy, surprisingly sharp tweezers that I do use on occasion. I prefer using diagonal cutters because I bought the cheapest nail clippers at Walmart and they're fucking horrible. Needle nose. These tweezers are nice. These are good for torching because they're good and long. I don't have ceramic tweezers yet. I'm not sure I can feel good about myself if I spend $17 on a pair of tweezers. Not that you should feel bad if you own a set. That's fine. I no longer have the means to do that. With 17 bucks, I could buy an Addy or two. I could buy a MechMod clone. I could do things I'd rather do than buy a set of tweezers because, frankly, the tweezers I have meet my needs. I haven't had occasion where I needed to tweeze on something while it was glowing because I can just let it glow a few seconds longer and tweeze it while it's still glowing. Yo dog, I heard you like glowing. So that's what I keep in my build box. My Leatherman's usually not far from it. It doesn't go in there. I'd like to scale this down. I don't need all of this shit, but I've only been building for about a week now. I imagine once I figure out what stuff I really do and don't use, I will get this down into half, maybe a third of the size. I'd be happy with that. But still, when I leave the house and I take something rebuildable with me, this goes in the car. Just because you never know. I'm in the house most of the day. I am house dad, which is a sweet fucking gig, let me tell you. But I'm in the house most of the day. I don't know how my Addies behave with temperature changes, but I did find out when I went to my sister-in-law's birthday party. And by the time we got in there, we get out of the basement, which is kind of their, they're not in love with you vaping upstairs. You can stealth vape, but really, vape in the basement, that's fine. And I got a hellacious burnt hit, and then a check atomizer, and then every time I would press the fire button, just give it a touch, my impedance was changing. So that's kind of when I figured out one of my screws backed out. I had everything with me. I took a trip out to the car, grabbed a micro screwdriver, tightened her up, good to go. I was enjoying orange creamsicle in the surest of ways. How do you keep your build box organized? How do you keep your build space organized? I'd show you that, but I'm not at my desk. I don't build out here. I hate this breakfast nook. But it is useful right now. For the most part, this is overflow for when I'm doing dishes, and I need to put drying dishes somewhere. Hey, how do you have your build space organized? Normally, this case sits on the edge of my desk, and on top of it, I have my build box, and directly in front of me, I wind my coils first, I put all that shit away, and then I have my wicks, and screwdrivers, tweezers, needle nose, in front of me. That's, oh, my scissors. Oh, scissors. Spend money on scissors. That's worth spending money on. There's nothing worse than tearing up your wick job on an atomizer that's picky about its wicking. You think you've got, and you get to the very tip of the scissors and they won't cut what you need it to, and next thing you know, you've just got this fuzzy mess where you should have nice puffy shoulders and about 8 strands down in the channel of an Earl cone again. But a vape's nice, so they say. Now mine vape's okay. It's not bad. It doesn't have the vape production I want, but I think that's because I have the wrong coil in it. It's a 28 gauge build. Right now, it is 1.2 ohms. It's a tension micro coil. I run without the AFC ring, but I put an O-ring on the bottom of the top of the 510 post, where it joins the base of the Addy. 32 watts will blow this thing up. It's not bad. I just think it could be a little bit better. I have a few things in mind. I'm still playing around with steam engine trying to model the coil, because as much as I don't dislike wrapping coils, I'd rather not waste my Canthol. And I shouldn't be so stingy, but I am. I'm a tight ass. I go on splurges. So, yeah, I was asking you how you build. Let me know down below. If you watch the SciShow or the Vlog Brothers, you'd know that that is called a doobly-doo. That thing down there, really. It's called a doobly-doo. Look it up. It's probably in the Urban Dictionary. So, that's what I got for now. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. I will try and stop hitting this. I will try and stop hitting this desk. Thank you for not smoking. Vape on, brothers and sisters. See you next time. I will try and stop hitting this desk. Thank you for not smoking. Vape on, brothers and sisters. See you next time.